Hello everyone, welcome to a new video from your Overwatch. I'm Eddie the Chump, and today we're going to bring you some details about some hidden changes from the Year of the Dog update patch that have the potential to not only improve players' quality of life, but in one instance in particular, help that hero rather significantly. At least in one area of the game where she was already quite good. The first one that I'm going to talk about is a very slight change made to Mei's icicle. That Mei's icicle now requires only 20 of her ammo reserve instead of 25, which is what it used to cost. So that means that with a full clip, Mei can now fire 10 icicles instead of the previous 8, which if you cast your mind back to sort of the end of January, is exactly the kind of small quality of life iterative change that Blizzard are looking to make to heroes like Mei, or Symmetra, or Torb. What's even stranger about this change is that it seems to be available on some patches and not others. On the patch I'm playing on, in EU, this Mei change is still in effect, although there are reports in other regions that it's already been patched out. With that said, however, I think it's a fairly safe assumption that this change will make it to the PTR just like the other Sombra changes, and it's probably not the only change that Mei will receive. Perhaps she'll also get wall cooldown or health changes. We'll just have to wait and see. Is this change earth-shattering? No. Does it completely change the role of a hero? No. But will it feel better as a Mei player having 2 more shots in your clip? Absolutely. The same could be said for the small bug fix to D.Va's mech. Now I say small, but in reality, D.Va's mech not taking damage until it's actually called in has the potential for much more impact than a simple quality of life change. D.Va is already very strong in stall fights, particularly on 2CP. The combination of defense matrix, a huge health pool, could make her really frustrating to deal with. That's only somewhat lessened by the fact that when a demeched D.Va does call in a new mech for herself, you could in fact melt its HP away before the animation had finished. Well, that job is about to be a lot harder. Any additional delay that D.Va can provide might be enough to win a game, especially in modes where, because of respawn advantage and disadvantage, the window to actually secure a win becomes very, very small. Well, with this change, that window just got a little bit smaller still. This bug fix looks like a tiny pebble into a giant pool, but watch out for those rippling effects it's going to have in teamfights. Now, D.Va also got another more subtle change, and it comes in the form of how she can communicate to her team the status of her ultimate. Before this latest patch, if you had been killed as mini D.Va, every time you tried to update your team on the state of your ultimate, it would update the status of you being able to call your mech back, which, seeing as you're already dead and you get your mech back for free on respawn, wasn't much use to anyone. Thankfully, that's now been changed. So now when you die as mini D.Va, every time you use the communication wheel, it will tell them how close you are to that precious flying explosion. In fact, this patch as a whole has been highly praised for the quality of life changes it's brought to the game. For instance, Genji and Hanzo's wall run bugs have been addressed. If you're a Shimada main, you'll know the pain of trying to run up a wall sometimes and the ability just not engaging. This could cost you your life in some fairly hilarious ways, like falling off the map or just straight losing a duel. Likewise, another frustrating bug that has existed for a long time in different iterations is the Rein being shot by projectiles through his shield bug. Hopefully this is now gone forever, so my Rein main friends can actually stop talking about it. There's a lot of subtle changes like that in this patch that Blizzard made that have made it one of the best received updates in quite a while. I mean, imagine, players that get into the game now will always take for granted the fact that they can change their skin before a game starts. I don't know how long that had been requested for, but it wasn't a short amount of time, let me tell you. But it's other little things that seem to have really appealed to people. There's now a transparency slider for your objective marker. Sometimes on certain maps, that little marker could get right in your way if you're in a duel. That sort of thing's been a problem in many games, not just Overwatch, for a long time. I particularly remember having the same problem with like B flag on Call of Duty domination matches. Begone, screen clutter, I have a McCree duel to tunnel vision into. Also, another small thing that makes a huge difference, the game now tells you what game mode you're searching for. How many times have you thought you're searching for quick play but end up in a competitive match? More times than any of us would probably like to admit. In a similar vein, the hero selection screen now tells you what map and game mode you're in. Why have I not noticed that I needed that before? And now when you load into a game late, you no longer have to wait 15 seconds before being able to see the enemy's comp. Zenyatta's orbs now not only tell you the name of the person that you've applied them to, but what hero they're playing as well. I was initially a little bit skeptical about that change, but after having played for a little bit, I can indeed confirm that I do prefer it. Like I said, with this patch there's a lot of smaller smaller changes that add up to way more than the sum of their parts. Let me know in the comments what quality of life change you're most happy about, and exactly what level of impact you think those subtle changes to D.Va and Mei will have. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a rating. If you never want to miss another video of ours again, please click the bell icon next to the subscribe button on our channel to join the notification squad. You'll be in great company. And finally, please follow the Your Overwatch Twitter. It's where you can find updates about new videos and other cool stuff. I've been Eddie the Chump, and until next time.